People are probably annoyed at you because they want to hang out with you. And there you are, just like checking your Facebook at the same time while you're talking to them. And they're like pretending like they're paying attention, but really they're just like, they're looking at their phone, and that's annoying. Imagine unlocking hours of your day, being more present, touching grass, and being deeply engaged in life, not a phone or screen in sight. If you've forgotten what that's like, then this video is probably for you. And breaking your phone addiction, it's not just a dream. People do it all the time. And we are going to start right now. First of all, you want to know your why. This is your raison d'être, your purpose, the thing that brings meaning into your life. What are you most passionate about? What are your goals? The thing that you believe gives your life purpose. You don't have to be super ambitious. You don't have to want to start a business or a YouTube channel or any of these things. There has to be something that brings meaning to your life. When you figure that out, really have that in mind, you'll know what happens if you don't stop using your phone, right? Your why could be, I want to spend more time with my kids. If I don't stop using my phone, then that time is wasted. That time that I could have spent with my family. This is a choice that you are making because you are prioritizing your phone over people. Now that you know your purpose a little bit, then you got to address the triggers. Why are you going to your phone? When you realize the consequences and you continue to pursue this act despite the consequences, you know that you're less productive. You know that you're probably sleeping poorly because you've heard about blue light and all that stuff. There's a few reasons for that. It could be boredom, and you can fix that by having new hobbies or doing some outdoor activities. It could be loneliness. Maybe loneliness is your trigger, and if loneliness is your trigger, then join a club or volunteer. Even it doesn't even have to be with humans. I mean, if you volunteer at a dog shelter, like that will help you on your way to combat that loneliness that is pushing you towards your phone. Maybe your trigger is a habit. Maybe you just need to create other habits by reducing the idle time, that time where you're not doing anything, being uncomfortable with that idle time. Fill it up with something else that isn't your phone, maybe something that's a little bit more aligned with your goals or something that contributes to your life's meaning. Maybe your trigger is FOMO, the fear of missing out. Maybe you're scrolling around and you're seeing other people doing things, and maybe you feel like if you're not hanging out online looking at this stuff, you're not keeping up with what people are doing. We fill our heads with these thoughts that aren't actually aligned with our realities. And if you want to fix for that, then unfollow anything that's negative, anything that's making you feel these thoughts. If you have a social media account that you actually want to keep up, then maybe consider scheduling your posts or scheduling specific times when you're going to check your social media. That way you don't get sucked into the feed. And you might think that you are immune to the feed. Maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, Romina, I don't have this problem. But the thing is that we are being fed the feed by proxy. I don't know about you, but I don't have social media on my phone, and I still get social media on my phone, if you catch what I'm saying. Because I get people who text me and message me. They send me things all of the time. So I am not missing out on anything, because the amount of texts and the amount of DMs that I get from people sending me posts, funny things, random things, memes, the news, I can't escape the feed, even though I don't have social media and I'm not consciously logging in and looking at the feed, I'm still getting it. So the fear of missing out on all of this, don't even worry about it. Just focus on making friends, making connections, making relationships, and don't worry, you are gonna get the feed regardless. And something else that you can do is start a gratitude journal. You can actually focus on the positive things in your life and write them down, document them, record them, so that you can review them later and get that fresh perspective when you are starting to feel like you're drowning in this negative space of your phone addiction. I actually have a course that I just released on gratitude. So if you want to check that out, it's in the description. Next, when we're talking about goals and all this stuff, it's important to set achievable goals when it comes to your phone usage and what is realistic for you. Because if your job involves you being on your phone, then you're going to have a very different set of goals than someone who is retired, for example, and doesn't really need to be on social media and just kind of wants to stay in touch with some friends. So it's really important to think about that when you're setting your goals for how you want to monitor and limit your phone usage. Again, you can set specific times for your social media usage. That could be very helpful for you if you feel like you just log in and then 2 hours later you're still looking at your phone. So if you set a timer and you have some sort of limited time for you to be scrolling and you have that in the back of your mind, that can help you to limit the amount of time that you spend on your phone. Set a max amount. Set a max amount for your screen time. And again, be realistic. If you're using your phone for your job or things like that, you got a business, then try to be as realistic as possible. Think about the outcome that you want from your goal. Again, this comes back to the meaning that you have in your life. Why are you interested in curbing your phone addiction? What is it that you are trying to get to? And think about that when you're setting your goals. Now, something that you could also do is you could just go cold turkey and do one of those digital detoxes. Maybe do like a 24-hour, 48-hour, 1 week, whatever works for you and is not going to be detrimental to your life or your career. And just go without your phone, or rather whatever's non-essential for you, whether it's like your social media apps or you want to get rid of your emails on your phone, like anything that's addicting. Like maybe just use your phone as a phone. If there's an emergency or if somebody wants to call you, then they can reach you, and maybe just use it as that. When you go cold turkey, you kind of do like a reset in your system. And that isn't really for everybody, which is why I put it so low on my list of getting rid of your phone addiction. But it works for some people. If you've been on my channel for a bit, then you know that we've explored the world of digital minimalism. So if you do want to dive deeper into that, then subscribe. But actually, if you want to dive deeper into that could help you to end your phone addiction once and for all, because it is more of a lifestyle choice than just doing the whole cold turkey thing. Because you might just come back to, hey Siri, filming.
Okay, done.
When you're talking about cold turkey, it can help you to kickstart that end of your phone addiction, but you could also just fall back into bad habits. But when you apply a lifestyle change, something like digital minimalism, then you start to create these habits that can help you with your phone addiction. Some of the things that you can do in regards to digital minimalism, some of the things that you could do in regards to digital minimalism is removing unnecessary apps like I was talking about before, like getting rid of your social media apps, anything that is addicting to you. Like if you have some games on your phone that you just can't get over, and you know that those games, they're actually not fulfilling and it's not a challenge. The whole point of some of those games is just for you to hang out there forever and then give them money eventually. So keep that in mind as well. And then turn off your notifications. Create a whitelist. I actually have all of my notifications off on my phone. And when I say off, I really mean off. Like no phone calls get in. I could call my friends right now and ask them. I mean, they would think something was happening because I do not just like call them, but if I called them, they would absolutely vouch that I do not answer my phone. It is a distraction. Just because I have a phone does not mean that I am available all of the time. And so I have a whitelist of contacts that can get in case of emergencies and the people that I care about the most. Something else that you can do is setting your phone to grayscale mode. If you have your phone in grayscale instead of color, it makes it a little bit less appealing, a little bit of less of the flashy lights. So I actually did try that for a while. That didn't really work for me. I love taking photos and I do a lot of photo editing and I do a lot of video work using my phone. And so colors is very important for me. And not just for work, like for doing YouTube videos and my art projects, but rather like color to me is really important. And I love color. So I didn't find that I was using my phone any less or that it was making it less appealing, but I have heard really great things from other people who do switch their phones to grayscale mode regularly. So it is backed by science. Some of these things, they don't work for everybody. So you got to kind of find the combo that works for you. I actually also have a course on digital minimalism and it's under 30 minutes. So it's real quick because I know everybody's busy. So if you want to explore digital minimalism a little bit more, then that is going to be in the description below. So there's a link for that. We talked a little bit about habits, but I really want to reiterate that you should replace your habits with something that aligns with your goals or with your meaning, your purpose, and the kind of life, the kind of lifestyle that you want to have. So if you want to use your phone, then maybe read instead or write instead. And maybe you can go spend some time outdoors. Maybe you can prepare a tea for yourself, or you learn a new skill or pick up a new hobby. It's important that you find things that are fulfilling for you. You aren't just filling up that void, that empty space of what you would have been filling up with phone usage. It's important that you fill it up with something that is meaningful for you. So don't just do anything just to not use your phone. Do something that gets you excited, because that's going to make it easier for you to choose that over your phone. Lastly, of course, you want to have a strong support system. So make sure you tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody that you want to tell that you think would be interested in what you're doing. The fact that you are trying to use your phone less. And if you let them know, then they'll also maybe give you some kind of accountability or support or encourage you along your path when it gets a little bit difficult. Who knows? Maybe one of them will get involved because they also want to get rid of their phone addiction. It's important to have these accountability partners. Anyway, this is your first step towards eliminating that addiction and that weight that you are carrying. So congratulations for being here. And if you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing, where we have chats like this all of the time. And if you subscribe, then you won't miss out on this. And if you want to see some of the apps that I've eliminated from my phone because you're curious, I do have a video about that, and you can check it out over here. And there's also a link in the description, and I just go through all of the apps that I deleted, so you can check that out. It's not about ghosting your tech, and you're not tossing your phone out. It's about making your phone your sidekick instead of your boss. Not letting it control you, because you are in charge, right? Because you could toss out your phone if you wanted to. So you are in charge, and it's important for you to remember that. Okay, it is pretty toasty in here, so I'm out. I will see you when I see you.